Hi everybody, ciao ragazzi, come state? Ciao Frankie. Welcome to FANTON Studio. No, okay, I have a problem because my image is mirrored. Okay, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to everybody. Welcome to my studio to assist to this new preset tutorial. I love to create with you my MF factory presets. What are MF factory presets? Are my favorite factory preset review by me. Okay, so I select some amps and I start from scratch to design with you and to show you how I create my presets. And it is a mix of a tutorial and also presentation, let's say. After the tutorial, you can find the preset on my store. You will find in the description because the preset is not yet done. So I want to create the presets starting from zero with you. Okay? Perfect. I hope the video and audio is correct, guys. And so we can start now to develop the preset. Let's go to the editor. But before to go to the editor, it is really important to go to the wiki Fractal, because wiki Fractal is really important. You can see here the address wiki.fractalaudio.com, where you can find everything about Fractal audio devices. It is really important that you mark this website, because there are all information you need. So today I will try with you to develop a new preset based on the MARSHALL AFD 100. And okay, let's assume that I never know this amp before, so I wanted to get some information. I know that it is the signature amp of the famous Slash. So let's go to the wiki Fractal. Let's go to the amplifier model list. Okay, you can find the AFD on the Brit family. You know, Brit family, it is the, let's say, the nickname. Sorry, I have to, okay, to put in the center, sorry. Okay. It is the nickname of Marshall. You know, for the copyright reason, it's not possible to put in the list Marshall, Mesa Boogie, Friedman. Yes, Friedman, it is possible, but a lot of amps are made by nickname. Okay, for copyright reasons. So the Marshall family you will find with Brit or Plexi. It depends of the kind of amp. So you will find the AFD like AFS 101 and 102. So let's go to discover this amp. Model amp in mode. I don't know what is the English name of that symbols. Sorry for this. 34. 34, it is a modification, is a mod. The Santiago mod of the typical modification of GCM 800. What is really important is to understand the cabinet. It's not mandatory to use that cabinet, but it is, let's say, a starting point. So I can see that Marshall 4x12 with V30 speakers, Celestion speakers. So it is a very important information to start up. Gain, bass, middle, treble, presence, master, 34 AFD switch, depth, Brit supermodel only. Power tubes, it is strange because 6550, not the standard L34. So I have actual. We write down this comment is maybe is Cliff, I suppose. Okay, or EX. EX is this famous user. I have an actual signature slash signature model and spent a lot of time to measure, listening and comparing. The Brit 834 it does better sound. Okay, we can read some comments, but what is really important to me is to understand before the kind of cabinet. So let's start. Brit AF102. There is no information. Let's discover what is the difference. There is also a possibility to check the EX guide, and this is also important. So we can have some other information, important information about this amp. Okay, so there are also some videos of Slash and the amp itself. Okay, guys, let's start to develop this preset. Okay, go to the editor, FM3 editor. So I'm on the Scratch. It is much more easy if I took, if I bring some some old preset, for example, the last MF30 Shirley. But I would like to to develop the preset starting from scratch, exactly from the zero. I prefer this. So let's put the input, okay, then the output. It's pretty easy to develop this, okay, connect, then insert the amp, so we can also use the quick build, select the amp, drag and drop, select the cabinet, okay, and I think it's pretty important also to insert the reverb. Reverb, it is, to me, is always necessary to create the ambient sound. Otherwise, without reverb, it is the sound is too much dry, especially if you work with the headphones. So if I wanted to have the same perception of the sound that I have in the room, I have to use the reverb, okay? Reverb in a medium room configuration is the default reverb. It is perfect to start to develop the amp. So let's start okay, I'm lucky because I did some very quick test before the live stream, and I already selected the Brit AFS101, and I also can put the Brit, okay, I can find it here in the list, the Brit AFS2. So let's discover later on what is the result. Okay, the cabinet is in default mode. Default is the legacy cabinet with the first available factory cabinet. It is the 1x4 pig nose 57. Okay, let's immediately save the name, MFAFD. Okay, and press save. So let's start to play, and I select my lovely Gibson Les Paul Marshall AFD100SCE model because I think it is perfect to develop this sound. So let's okay, this is the bass sound, of course. I suggest you to reset to put the amp block in the default mode. How can you do this? Go to the block, go to the reset current channel, okay, and you practically put the amp in the default conditions. You can do this by the editor, or as you can see here, there is a short key, Command I. Okay, I can do the same for the cabinet. For example, Command I, and I set up the cab at the default value. Okay, let's. Okay, the sound is already pretty now. And this is one of the very important characteristics of Fractal audio. When you select an amp and cabinet, 99% the sound is immediately very, very good. It is really important, because in other devices, other modelers, is not the same. The default sound is very bad, and you have to tweak a lot to get a good sound. With Fractal, when you start with the default settings block, most of the cases you have just the best sound. So about the cabinet, we can select many cabinets. I love to use the Dynacab cabinet, so I prefer to select the Legacy. Okay, to the Dynacab. So here, and try to find out the proper cabinet. Which one? So select. We have 41 available cabinets. I can see 3 options for the Marshall AFD. I can suggest the 1960 cabinet, and we can select it. Then I switch the channel to B, and I select another cabinet. To me, it is pretty nice to just select immediately my favorite cabinet, or the cabinet that I assume that are matched perfectly with the amp. So I select 3 channels with different cabinets. So I select the Friedman with Greenback. Okay, the Friedman with V30. Okay. Of course, if you have a question, you can put the question in the chat. Also, for my Italian friend, you can write down in Italian, and I will answer you in English. And then maybe I can try also another cabinet. Why not? I love, for example, the Citrus. Citrus offer me very nice, interesting sounds. So let's come back to the main Marshall sounds. This is default values, so I don't touch anything. I selected the first one. It is AFS 101, and let's try it. And wow. Oh, it's pretty good. It is a bit dark, so let's try to. For example, I can change the microphone, for example. Dynamic one, it is a SM57. Okay, it sounds better than to me. Or Dynamic 2. Let's stay on the very standard Dynamic one in the default position. Don't touch nothing for the moment. Let's work on the amp. Increase the gain. And what you can immediately recognize, it is the sound of this amp change dramatically with the gain set. And this is really important because it is exactly the same behavior of the real amp. So if you change the gain, also the EQ change dramatically. So it is really important to understand how to set the gain, because after that depends the EQ, the tone stack. So if you want to work with the low gain, the sound is rich of middle frequencies. If you increase bass frequency and more harmonics, and this is really a natural behavior of the amp. And hey guys, take care of this, because Fractal models are really precise. It is really important that Fractal have a particular, how can I say, work in the way that the behavior of the amp, it is much more close as possible of the real amp. Okay. So I can tweak a bit of the so let's play with the control, with the tone stack. Also, the tone stacks is really nice and really close to the original tone stack. What is really important, it is to have always open the preset leveling windows pop-up. How you can do this? Go to the tools and you have to, sorry, not it is, yes, tools is preset leveling, so it is here. Command L or preset leveling, and the pop-up with the level appears. This is very important, because you have to work always in the right levels to produce and to create the sound. So the sound is a bit low from my standard. I prefer to work around the 0. Okay, now it's correct for me. And when I go to the lead, doesn't matter if the sounds go in the red zone. Not the important thing is that you don't reach the limits. But if you stay on the red zone, is perfect. Okay, so we can put the windows on the side. So the gain, we can put the gain at the maximum value. It's okay. Okay, to me the sound is good. Let's try to select a different cabinet. So let's go to the Friedman Greenback. Typically the condenser is too much with a rumble sound, with bottom is too large. So let's switch to dynamic one. To me, the sound is perfect just now. Let's compare with the Marshall. It's really difficult to decide which is better. In this case, it is absolutely up to you. But I offer you the possibility to check yourself on what is the better cabinet. So let's go to the V30. V30, you remember, it is the recommended cabinet with this amp. Okay, let's try the dynamic one. Let's compare with the other one. We can also do something like this. I can put a looper now, only to check looper. Okay, let's start to record. Okay, let's switch the cabinet. Okay, guys, my favorite it is the V30 in this case, but also I can see Davide says the 9060 it is favorite, but it is absolutely up to you. What is important, guys, is to play over the original sound you want to reach, and I will do this later on, because remember, to create the sound alone is not the 100% the right method. You have always to compare your sound over the original recording, to hear if the sound fit the mix. And sometimes you discovered some different. Okay, so in my case, I prefer the V30, but of course you can do what you want. Let's check if there are some bottom sounds. I don't think so, and because many people ask me if to set up the low cut and the high cut. Sometimes yes, it is helpful, or sometimes not. But don't use, because Marco FANTON says that you have to cut the low frequency at 120 or something else. You have to use your ears. And if you play, for example, the palm mute on the bass, look also the level. In this case, it's not really necessary to cut the sound. You can, of course, cut at 80, 90. But all these speakers offer you already a tight sound that is already fitted without any extra bass frequency. So. You can check this playing the palm mute on the F sharp. If you see the levels goes too much Okay. You have to see the signal has to stay at 0. Okay, but you can also increase to 90. It is okay. Okay, then I would like to add some room reflections. You should already should know how to work. So increase the room level. So switch off the reverb and go to the room level. Wow! Wow! Fantastic. Save. Let's switch on the reverb. Okay, I can also change it to the medium hole, for example. Oh, let's try to change also the cabinet. So let's add the same room level, room size, room flow reflections. Okay, so stay in the same situation. This is the greenback. With 30. And let's try also with a 90-60. It's really hard to decide which is better in this case. Okay, also there is the last one. I would like to try the citrus cabinet that I put on the D channel. It's not bad. Let's try also with dynamic one. Why not? It's really nice. Let's also apply the same room level. Yes, this one and this one. Okay. My favorite remains the V30. Oh, we can also try to change other cabinet like the Lerst. Ah, this is not bad. Oh, it's really hard. So let's stay to the V30, guys. And also let's try the AF100 version. So let's switch it. I think it has more gain. Let's adjust the levels. Okay. More gain. More gain. Fantastic. In this case, the behavior is different because the sound is too much, so I have to reduce the amp level. And also the bass level are, there are too much basses frequencies, so let's compare with the one version. You can see how much gain you have to insert. To the same gain, there is a big difference, guys. Okay, so if I put the one, and also the EQ change. Totally different. Ciao, Jeff. How are you? It's a pleasure you are here. Thank you so much. So, the main important test I suggest you, it is to compare this sound with the original sound. So I take the record, one of my favorites. I'm not so Slash expert. I love the Stand in the Sun sound from the single album of, and so let's try to check if this sound matches with this recording studio.
Mystic one, sees the end of the call. Every joy is like
Okay, I want to select the part, this riff. Okay, maybe it is a bit bright, correct? So we can reduce the treble, for example. Yes, of course. We can also reduce a bit the high cut to, let's try 9,000 above. But typically, I love to have a brighter sound because when you have the bright sound, you have all the time to reduce reduce the high frequency. If you have dark sound, is much more difficult to add. It's always better to let's say to reduce than to add. Remember this. Oh, I prefer to create the preset with a bit bright than bit dark. Also depends of the guitar, of course, because this sound is really dynamic. Because if I and you can hear the really middle is like the noisy sound, not noisy, nose, the sound of the nose. It's typical. Okay, I don't remember all the songs, but what is really important, guys, is after you create the preset, you try to play over the songs that you want to create the sound, and try to listen. Much better if you record the session, so you can have the real feeling if the sound you create match exactly with your target. And especially, and also with the mix. And sometimes you discover that when you create the sound alone, it is sometimes it's different. Okay, you believe that it is good, but when you put into the mix, it's not so good. And I also suggest you to try to search the isolated track of some famous guitar player, so you will discover that what you hear in the recording is sometimes different of your natural perception. So there is not any special trick. It is only matter of experience, listening and experience. It is exactly what I wrote here. This is Italian words, but is listening, experience, and education. These my three important words to define what is, for me, of course, what is necessary to create the best sound. So listening the original songs, experience. Try to, and don't be afraid to test this and that. Sometimes people ask me, Marco, can I add this cabinet or these effects before or after the block? Try it. It is a software. It is nothing of it. You don't take any risk if you try yourself. Try yourself. Make your experience. When you have made the experience, you can come back to me and, Marco, I tried this and that. I prefer this and or that. What do you think? So we can discuss. But it is a matter of listening, experience, and education. Education is the summary of the process. So education is where I have to start with my ears, listening, not with the eyes. Because too much guitar player use the eyes instead to use the ears. But I put the master in that position, I put the middles in that. No, guys, use your ears and listen. That is education. Forget any bias that you have when you, because my friends and my cousin says that to get the best sound, you have to make this magic formula. There is nothing magic. The only magic is here. You are the wizard of your sound, guys. Okay. So, well, let's come back to the editor and to save. Okay. So I can create two scenes, one of the AFS101 and the second scene, with two. Okay, select the same cabinet. It is the C cabinet. If I wanted to be sure that all scenes use the C cabinet, I go to the block, go to the all scene, set to C. And then I am sure that all scenes use the channel C. Or you can go to the scene manager, go to the cabinet, okay, and you can see here which is the channel selected for every scene. Okay. You have to learn how to use these tools. They are very. Next time I would like to make also, if you want, let's say something like a Fractal school that are already made in Italian. There are a lot of users that appreciate a lot the Fractal school. Unfortunately, due to my language barrier, to me it's really difficult to make such kind of long tutorial. But I will try it. Why not? Okay. I know that you are so smart and you are so kind that you can accept my language, my English. Okay, we have the scene number 2 with the Brit AF2. So let's try. Okay, I also suggest to you, for example, to make another scene. For example, scene copy, scene 1 to scene 3. Okay, let's go to the scene 3. And I want to use the same AFS 100, but with a different gain. For example, how to do this? Okay, copy channel A to channel C. Okay, switch to channel C, and for example, to increase the gain. So I have two different scenes with the same amp but with different settings. And using the channels, it is one of the big benefit and big advantage of Fractal Audio. No other system has this possibility. So you can use the same amp with different settings. It's perfect. And also I can do the same. For example, I can copy C number 2 to C number 4, copy to C number 4, and I can use the AFS2 version in different settings, copy the channel B to channel D, because it is the only available now, select channel D, so I will find the same, but I can decrease the gain. Let's try. So, I show you how is so easy to create this crunchy sound using the same amp. Of course, when you decrease the gain, the sound changes dramatically. For this reason, I, for example, change the mid, change the bass, but you can do what you want. It is amazing. Okay, guys, I see a lot of questions, guys. I just ask you to wait some minutes. I finish the tutorial, then I will answer to your question, all your questions. Okay, so let me add a delay as usual here in parallel. Delay. Yes, okay. You already know that I love to make this kind of effect in parallel. Okay, enable the kill dry. Select the the digital stereo. It is a typical DD2. Save it. Go to C number 2. Ah, fantastic. Switch on the delay. Wow. Hey guys, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Nothing else. Only 4 blocks, guys. Wow, this is Fractal World. Okay, I love it. I love it. So I can call this lead one. Okay, I can name the scene as we prefer. Lead two. Lead two. Okay. Then I can name this. What is it? I don't remember. Lead three. Okay. Lead three, and this. It is the crunchy sound. Well, what is it? It is the F2 crunch 2. Okay. Really, really realistic sound and natural sound. Well, so it's time to answer to your questions. Thank you, Gina Geschwind, for the subscription. Thank you so much. I hope your name is correct. Sorry for my pronounce. Okay, let's read some questions. Okay, from you guys. What is the lowest high cut hertz you go for on a nice gain written part? Ricky Reed. As I told you before, there is no any magic number. Magic number is for, let me, I don't want to say the wrong word. I can, but if there is no magic number is for stupids. Let me tell this, because there is no rule. There is no rules. You can do what you want, because don't close your eyes and only use your ears. There is no numbers. Numbers is for the people that don't use the ears, so they have to see what is written in the input number, and this is not correct. It is not a mathematical exercise. It is a sound, and with the sound use the ears, not the eyes. Okay. So as you can see here, I don't touch the. Okay, I put the I cut only to avoid to have a really high frequency. But again, to me, it's too much dark. But also you can change and depend also the position of the microphone, because if you change the position of the microphone, everything changes. And what is the best position? Try it. There is no the best position. You have thousands of positions. You have all of this area available. And I think that Fractal guys don't make this area to tell you, oh, there is only that hot spot. It is perfect. No, guys, there is no hot spot. There is your hot spot. For example, could be here. Or you can also change the microphone to the condenser. I know condensers sound much more is fully over frequency, full of harmonics, too much basses. For example, these sounds could be nice, but it's not good for the mix because there are too much bass frequency, and this bass frequency are really dangerous when you play live for the PA system. You don't need this bass frequency for the guitar, and or you cut, for example, at 120, 22, but there are still too much bass frequency. Or select a different microphone. To me, in this case, it's better the dynamic one to the default position. Remember, if you go to the default, make a double click on the position. As you can see here, if I change any position and I make double click here below the knob, okay, the knob come back to the default value. So if I can change, okay, and I want, oh, sorry, I didn't save the preset. How can I recover my last position? Simply double click here, double click here, double click here. That's it. Okay. Perfect. Let's check another question. Ciao Marco, many thanks for your great advice. I think I'm happily. Okay, thank you so much, Jean. Nasal. Okay, Jeff. Nasal. Is close to the Italian. Nasal. It's perfect. Nasale. In Italian we say nasale, so it's much more easy than I believe. Okay, great to see you and share your magic, Marco. I'll see you again soon. Sorry, thank you so much. Off to practice some MF licks. Okay, thank you so much. Do you use only XLR out as mono? Yes, but I never play mono. I always play stereo. Always play stereo, and also my in-ear monitor are stereo. I love to play stereo, and 90.99% of the case I use stereo. Perfect, guys. I remember that. Okay, I have to finish this preset. Then you will find on my store. You will find the link on the description. Okay, or you can check my website marcofanton.it, and you can reach easily my store, preset store, and you will find the MF AFD on the MF Factory Preset collections. Okay, I don't see any other questions, so I can play something with this preset. So let me play over my song and check if it is correct. And in the meantime, I say you goodbye. Let me check. Okay, for example, let's say this one. Well, no. This is not. Okay, can say this one. Okay, this is correct. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Put a like. Subscribe to your channel. Subscribe to the G66 YouTube channel. And thank you so much to G66 family for this great opportunity to me. See you next time. Thank you so much.